All right, well, welcome back to the channel, y'all. Capt.Collier here. If this is your first time tuning in, my name's Brandon. I fish here along the Alabama Gulf Coast for a variety of different species. My previous video, I was out catching sheep's head. Today, we're gonna target triggerfish. There's actually a 1 per person limit on triggerfish. I believe they're only open for like 2 months this year. Haven't put one on the boat this year yet, so that's what we're gonna try for. We're gonna run about 15 miles or so, get about 60 to 80 foot of water. See if we can get one of those. I am solo on the boat today on the Blackjack Coastal, so we will only be able to legally keep 1 fish, but there's a few other species out there we can target. And I do have my underwater camera. I'm gonna try and drop it down and get some pretty cool footage. But before we do jump in this video, I wanna mention something very important that I think a lot of us fishermen, guides, and pretty much everyone who fishes on the water or is just boating on the water in general overlooks a lot of times. A few weeks ago, someone I knew personally and who knew a lot of guides around this area got into an accident and unfortunately did not make it. He was solo on the boat and hit a beacon or something like that at night. We think he got ejected out of the boat. He wasn't wearing his life jacket, and he also was not wearing his kill switch. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of not wearing the proper safety stuff that we should out here at all times, 24/7. I'm gonna try myself to be better at that, at least, especially while I'm solo out here on the boat. But yeah, just this right here, y'all, just this little simple lanyard. Strap that to your waist belt. You wanna make sure that it's good and attached, not on your hand, because it can slip off your hand and not actually kill the engine. Yeah, just something as simple as that could save your life. So that's all I wanted to say. I know we all get kind of complacent about stuff like that. We're gonna quit rambling on. I will see y'all when we get offshore. It's gonna be a gorgeous day, y'all. Split calm out here before the sun comes up. Ships out here today, 14 I've counted, waiting to go into Mobile Bayport. We out here, just made it to the spot. I did decide to run a little bit further out here just because it's so pretty today. And I'm not coming out here just to catch my 1 triggerfish. I do like coming out here to scout different spots, find new spots, and just enjoy the day. We are pulling up to the first spot right now. And I do want to note that I have 2 transducers that I like to use. I use my through hole when I'm out here. It's an Airmark B175 high wide, and it is very, very crisp, clear resolution that I get from it. And one reason is because it is a chirp sonar, which shoots simultaneously 2 different frequencies, a high and a low, and that just gives you a lot more detail. And I believe this spot I ran over last year is actually a chicken coop. We'll probably end up dropping my camera down on it just to see what all fish is down there and what structure it is. I do always like to do some circles around these spots out here too. Sometimes, you know, whether they move, the waypoints are different year to year, or there's another piece of structure that you don't know about. It's always good to just kind of circle around the spot, and if you're gonna fish it, stop where you're getting the most or the best marks. There we go. See, that looks good right there. That's what we're gonna drop on. Go ahead and drop our trusty handy dandy Spot-Lock Minn coated trolling motor. Can't live without it. I know, spoiled. Yeah, we're just gonna drop down right here, y'all. I mean, the screen is looking mighty nice. Just go over my setup real quick. I'm gonna be using the chicken rig, at least for our triggerfish. Just a high-low rig with circle hooks. Have to use circle hooks. If you're targeting reef species, triggerfish is one of those. Got 2 pieces of squid. I've got a head and just a small chunk of the body. I may have to up my weight a little bit, but we'll see. I don't think the current's too bad. This is a 6.6 star plasma rod and an Abbott LX reel. We're gonna go ahead and drop down and see if we can get one on our first drop. I'm sure we'll have to go through a few red snapper as well. but maybe not. Never know. I'm sure I won't even be able to make it to the bottom. We are in 100 foot of water. I'm gonna go about halfway down, and we're already getting bit. And there we go, baby. Yeah. Oh, hold it. That must have been a trigger. Oh, just got hit coming up. They're right under the boat. Golly. Oh, he pulled it again. They're hitting the bare hooks, y'all. Jeez. Those triggerfish are super aggressive. That's not a triggerfish. That's a snapper, I believe. Might have to tighten the drag a little bit, pulling some line out. Yeah, that's the old snapper right there. Not a bad one though. On the chicken rig. Dead piece of squid. Not a bad one at all. That would be the perfect keeper size right there if they were in season. All right, first fish of the day, a little 24-inch red snapper. If y'all watch the channel, y'all know we have these things crawling around everywhere, and this is the size I like to keep. However, they're not in season. Won't be for a few months. We might have to throw in an artificial just to play with them for a minute. Picked up a few of these jerk squids. This is an Australian lure. This is a 5-inch. Got that on a 1 ounce Z-Man jig head. And y'all look how good this thing looks in the water. I mean, that thing is gonna get smoked. So we're gonna drop it down. And triggerfish will also hit this as well. Whether or not we can actually hook them, I don't know. But man, that thing looks good going down. The water's pretty. I'm just gonna watch my line. It's probably just gonna start ripping out. Yep. I can't even make it down, y'all. Don't even have to really work this thing. There he goes. Drag's a little loose. And another one. Bye-bye. All right, we're gonna go back with the squid, the double drop rig, double hook rig. I did add a little bit more weight, just so I can get down there a little bit further. I think those snapper are hanging up a little high. So we're gonna get down about 80 foot. Try it right there. And instant bite. That feels like the right bite though. Yeah. If he stays on hook, I think that's our fish. Yes, sir. That's our triggerfish right there. We'll just eat him in the boat. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. It's probably a 20-incher. That was the goal. Let's get a measurement on you, buddy. So these fish, you actually have to measure to the fork of the tail. So we're gonna use our Lux Deck measuring board here. 21, 20, 19-incher. Well, that's probably the quickest limit you'll ever see me catch. One fish per person, and that's our triggerfish right there. He actually looks like he's kind of messed up a little bit. His trigger is. He's kind of missing some fins up there, but absolutely just a gorgeous fish. Gotta love the colors, and they are absolutely delicious as well. So we're gonna bleed them out, stick them in the box. I know it sucks. Well, I don't know, but I'm sure it sucks. So, like I said earlier in the video, I do like to drop my Insta360 camera down on some of these spots that I fish, and this is one of those spots that I did drop it on. You'll notice that the water is not super clear, so it's kind of a little dingy color once I get down there, but I'm probably about 50 foot down right now, and as you can see, all the red snapper are coming to greet the camera. There's a few smaller mangrove snapper mixed in, but I'd say the majority of the fish are all just good keeper size red snapper. I didn't really see any giants down there. There was a few triggerfish mixed in, not near as many as I thought there would be. So I'm really happy that I caught the one trigger that I did so quick and didn't have to go through so many snapper. But yeah, just look at the life down here. I mean, this is just so cool to be able to see and not have to go diving, you know. You can see the triggers coming up and inspecting the camera like they always do. They normally bite the camera. Thankfully, they didn't do that this time because they like to scratch my case up. But just tons of life. Pretty much just snapper and triggerfish. I didn't even see that one. That's a big snapper at the bottom right down there. Yeah, that was a good keeper there. And if you look way in the back, that little dark space, that is the structure. I guess I wasn't quite close enough. I figured the water would be a little bit clearer down there. I wouldn't have to be right on top of it for me to be able to see the structure. But I just wanted to add a quick little clip from the footage down there. It's always nice to just get a different perspective from what you're looking at on your sonar to what it actually looks like down there. So I was moving to the next spot. I was running about 30 miles an hour and I seen that right there, just that little small speck, y'all. I hit waypoint, it moved it to this screen, I stopped the boat and turned around, and y'all check this out. That is some good marks right there. Probably snapper, more snapper and triggerfish, but that's all you have to see right there to see that once you stop. So y'all be sure to keep your eye on the screen if you're able to see your sonar while you're running. We're gonna have to drop on that for sure. I'm gonna try our jerk squid again. This thing just looks so good. Should have got the bigger size, the 9-inch, I think. But I'm sure it's not even gonna make it down. I mean, these fish are 40 foot down. One of the many great things about this time of the year is these fish are not pressured at all. Not pressured at all. Not a lot of people fishing for them because, of course, they're not in season. But it makes it a good and fun time to come out here and find spots and catch them, to know that they're here for the next year. Is that a mangrove? No. Another keeper. Not a giant. Looks like there is some giants down there, but not a bad one. And you ain't got to deal with all the nasty squid and bait and stuff. Well, like it always does, it's starting to get a little choppy on us. Wind's picking up. It's only 8:30 in the morning, but I do have to get back by a certain time, so we're gonna hit this last spot right here and head on back in before it gets too rough. Now we're coming up on a big wreck, big public wreck right now, and we're gonna see if there's any vermilion snapper down there where we can put a little bit more of the box, even though I'm really not crazy about getting a bunch of meat. I've got plenty at the house, but while we're out here, we'll see if we can throw a few in. And this is basically the same setup that I was using for the triggerfish and the snapper, except this is my lightweight setup. This is perfect for smaller fish, grunts, beeliners, smaller snapper. It's an Ocean Master 6.6 rod. I think I picked this up at Bass Pro, and an Avid SXJ 40-pound mono leader or 40-pound mono line. There's a fish. Is it the right fish? I don't know. It's got a lot of fight to it. We shall see. What we got? What we got? Hey, that's what we're looking for. Vermilion snapper. on the bottom. Perfect. Perfect eating size, perfect keeper size. Took him a minute to sit there and chew on that squid, but I'll take a few of those. Got him. Oh my goodness. Another thing, I do like to use straight mono when I'm fishing for these fish because they have very soft mouths and they pull the hooks very easily. There we go. So whenever you're reeling them up, you kind of want to take it easy. That way you don't rip that hook out of their mouth. We might be able to get us a couple here real quick. I think this is another one. I hope. Oh yeah. Shoot, yeah. So here in Alabama, they only have to be 10 inches to keep, I do believe, and this is well over that. That's probably a good 14, 13 incher. Gorgeous fish. Delicious. I'm gonna throw them right here on the floor and see if we can rack up a couple here real quick. Right on the bottom too. Oh, quick bites, quick bites. Yeah. So they're kind of off the structure a little bit. I had to back us up a little bit. They're not really on top of it, they're right on the edge. And we got another one. Huh, there's two of them. Well, at least one's right. Got the old double. Both red, one beeliner, one red snapper. We'll take it. One is better than none. I keep seeing something over here in this grass. I think it's a triple tail. Not 100% sure, but it kind of looks like one if it's not a piece of trash. It is a triple tail. It's a small one. See if we can scoop them up in this net right here. Y'all think I can do it? Am I that good? Oh, we got him! Y'all, how sick is that? Just free scoop that little triple tail. He was hanging around this little plastic bag. Of course, we're not going to keep this guy, but I'm going to clean the gulf here, take that out of the water. Buddy, I wish you was about 10 pounds heavier. Pretty stinking fish. Golly, gotta love the colors on them when they're this small. He's about 10 inches. That's funny. All right, bye-bye. Go back to a piece of grass. Oh, he ain't even gonna go down. He's just swimming out. All right, we're back at the house now. It's actually the next day. We've got the Komodo Joe fired up on the back porch. We're getting ready to fillet this triggerfish right here. We're gonna throw them on the half shell on the grill. Really excited. I love me some triggerfish, and we don't get to get them very often just because they're really not in season when all the other fish are normally in season, like snapper and amberjack and grouper and all that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and knock this guy out. We are gonna be using the brand new Dart Scale 6-cent serrated blade by Sword Fishing Products. I do prefer to use a serrated blade on these triggerfish just because they have this armor, unlike many other fish. So, you know, if you try and use a straight blade, yes, you can get through that skin, but it will wear your blade down over time, and it is a little more difficult, more susceptible to injuring yourself, cutting yourself, and all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. We're just gonna make us an initial cut. And as you can see, I mean, that was no pressure involved at all. I mean, you can almost sounds like we're cutting through just the armor material, which we, you know, we kind of are. And then once you get your cut started, you can also just fillet the fish like normal. Because of the way that this serrated blade is set up, and just like that, we've got our first gorgeous triggerfish fillet. I did bleed this fish out, so meat is good and white, best quality you can get. And I don't know what it is, y'all, but something about the smell of triggerfish I just love. If you know, you know. They have a distinct smell. Call me weird, I don't know. But I love it. And when I'm using my serrated blade, I usually like to start at the tail right here. It just kind of gives me a little more leverage and just kind of work that blade up. I am doing a little fast, but you can also take your time. And there we go. There is a fully filleted out triggerfish. We might also take the throat out right here. There's a pretty good amount of meat on these average sized triggerfish. I would say this is an average sized triggerfish, not a giant, not a small one at all. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and leave these fillets on the skin and just go throw them right on the grill with some butter and some seasoning and then eat them up. I didn't show on camera, but I did run my blade several times through the fillet, kind of in a checkers style figuration, and you can see it's kind of like in cubes, and that's just so I can kind of get some of that seasoning up on the inside, since we're not going to be able to season the backside. And we're going to keep it simple today. Just got some melted butter, got some garlic salt, and we're going to be using some local seasoning from a guy, Bert's Blends Bayou Blend seasoning. Just kind of a Cajun style seasoning. We're going to grab this butter, just kind of drizzle it all on the fillet right here. Make a good mess. Get some of this garlic salt. You can't see how much is coming out. This is one reason that I do like cooking on the grill and on the half shell. I mean, it's super easy. You just throw some seasoning on the fish, throw it on the grill, wait 15 minutes or so, and then enjoy. So I am kind of making sure I get some seasoning up on the inside of those crevices. And I think we are ready to go on the grill. Gorgeous. All right, we're about 340 degrees, nice and warm. We'll go ahead and grab our fillet here. Yes. And then we wait. Go ahead and close that up. Let it vent a little bit. Be about 15 minutes. Whew. She's smelling right. I do believe we're almost there. I think we might be there right now. Yeah. I want that fork to just kind of easily slide through those little cubes. She'll finish cooking once we pull her off. We're going to use our handy dandy fishing reel spatula. I want to try and be easy here. Oh yeah, perfect. Gorgeous. We'll bring her on inside and get a taste test for y'all. All right, y'all, we're not gonna waste any time. I am starving. This fish smells delicious. I haven't had triggerfish in about a year. Hopefully it's not too hot. I'm not gonna burn myself, but yeah, let's go ahead and dive right on into this. Of course, that white flaky meat, very hot. Mm-hmm. Got a little bit of smoky flavor to it from the old Komodo Joe. And that Bert's Blend seasoning, it's nice. Always nice to try something different. Always kind of get in the mode of throwing the same seasoning on. cooking it the same way. Nice to change it up, and that's actually really good. Got a little Cajun kick to it. I'm probably gonna sit here and eat this whole slab. I mean, people complain about the triggerfish being only one per person, but I mean, you get 4 or 5 people on the boat, you get 4 or 5 triggerfish, you can feed a lot of people with that. Still got another fillet to eat later or share. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Not really a ton of action out there yesterday, but we did catch some fish. Hopefully we can start getting back into a regular routine of inshore fishing, offshore, nearshore fishing. You know, y'all know I kind of like to change it up, do different stuff, but the weather was just too pretty. I couldn't not go out there and do some bottom fishing, see if we can get one of these slabs right here, because I've been itching to eat this right here. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap the video up. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this fillet right here. If y'all enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We'll catch you back out in the water next time.